angels. It uses the word sons of God, B'nai Elohim, which anytime it's used in the Old Testament, it is referring to angelic beings. You see this in the book of Job. The sons of God come before God, and Satan was among them. Again, the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Book of Enoch, Jewish tradition and ancient Jewish writings, and Christian writings all confirm that we were dealing with the actual angels that came down, intermingled with women, and produced Nephilim, giants. The Sons of Seth theory is just a modern silliness because in modern times it's hard to imagine these types of things. But there was no problem with what happened here in the centuries before. It was very clear what took place, and it was very well documented what took place. Continuing on, verse 2. And the lawlessness increased on the earth, and all flesh corrupted its way. Alike men and cattle and beasts and birds and everything that walketh on the earth, all of them corrupted their ways and their orders, and they began to devour each other. And lawlessness increased on the earth, and every imagination of the thoughts of all men was thus evil continually. So we also have a corruption of creation itself, and then, of course, morality is at an all-time low as far as the corruption of everything. And I would argue that the world is becoming that again, where we've corrupted everything, genetically modified everything, from the food to the animals to now human beings, and just so creation itself is being corrupted by men, and then I would say the world's gotten pretty evil. So we're returning right back. So just like the world was destroyed in Noah's day, the world will be destroyed again in the end of days. So it should come as no surprise that just as it was in the days of Noah, so it is now in our day. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, and all the flesh had corrupted its orders, and all that were upon the earth had wrought all manner of evil before his eyes. And he said, I shall destroy man and all flesh upon the face of the earth which I have created. But Noah found grace before the eyes of the Lord. And against the angels whom he had sent upon the earth, he was exceedingly wroth, and he gave commandment to root them out of their dominion. And he bade us to bind them in the depths of the earth, and behold, they were bound in the midst of them, and are kept separate. And against their sons went forth a command before his face, that they should be smitten with the sword, and be removed from under heaven. So please note, it says here that these angelic beings are bound. Here in a minute it'll reiterate this and tell us that they are bound until the day of judgment. This goes right along with what the Apostle Peter says, where he says, For God did not spare the angels who sinned, but cast them into the dark abyss to be chained where they are held until judgment. That's 2 Peter 2:4. Likewise, Jude tells us the same thing. In Jude, verse 6, remember also that the angels who were dissatisfied with the dominion that had been assigned to them abandoned their proper dwelling place, and have been kept bound by him in darkness with eternal chains until the judgment of the great day. So the scriptures teach this. How can people not make this connection? You don't even need the Dead Sea Scrolls. You don't need the book of Jubilees. You don't need the book of Enoch to understand this. The Old Testament is filled with the story of the giants. Dozens of stories, and it makes it very clear that we're dealing with literal giants. The book of Genesis tells us that the angels came down and intermingled with women and produced giants, and God flooded the earth as a result. The apostles tell us, Peter, and then again Jude, tell us that these angels did sin and now they're bound for judgment. How people don't see this, I'm dumbfounded. Verse 8, And he said, Thy spirit will always abide on man, for they also are flesh, and their days shall be 120 years. And he sent his sword into their midst, that each should slay his neighbor, and they began to slay each other, until they fell by the sword, and were destroyed from the earth. Again, please note, according to the book of Enoch, the angels were forced to watch their children, that being the giants, destroy one another with the sword. And this is exactly what the book of Jubilees tells us as well. And their fathers were witness of their destruction. And after this they were bound in the depths of the earth forever until the day of the great condemnation, when judgment is executed on all those who have corrupted their way and their works before the Lord. Again, just as the apostles tell us.